All righty. And we are now in the second quarter of this year, Miss Parker. We have gotten through first 3 months, January, February, and the odds of March Madness.
Oh, gotta love it.
Hey, shout out to the NCAA champions, men's and women's UCLA. I think a lot of people didn't realize this may have been the UCLA revenge tour.
It was.
And, hey, shout out to them and shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. First time since 1989 winning it all. Actually picked them in my work bracket. So I got a few points.
It's weird saying Michigan Wolverines, like, because I immediately go to Wolverine with the
Yeah, I know.
hand,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
the thingy.
yeah. Oh, Marvel. But
Yeah,
but also, let's just say, in the last couple, 2 years, 2 or 3 years, Michigan has won the NCAA championship in football and basketball.
yeah,
So,
they
yeah,
doing it.
Michigan might be a little hot in fish
Oh yeah,
grease.
they had the football cup.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to talk about him. We're not going to talk about him. We're just going to bypass all the nonsense. See, she with the shit, folks. You see, she's with that shit.
Football cup.
Mm. All right. But Miss Parker, how you feeling
Yeah,
today?
I'm okay.
All
It's
right.
Sunday. I'm tired. I'm always tired all the
She ain't tired. She just making it through the day.
time.
She making it through. Yeah, but thank y'all for tuning in to the Watch for Hook Business Entrepreneur Podcast. And we're going to talk about today. I am going to admit I made a mistake.
I mean, is it really you made a mistake? I mean, when you know better, you do better, but also, you know, things change.
Yeah.
Like perspectives change,
Yeah.
especially when inflation is changing.
Boy. So now,
Explain why perspectives are changing.
yeah, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, when we were still recording on the back patio, me and Miss Parker talked about understanding premiumization.
Yeah, it was a word that was tossed around a lot, and along with its co-chair look.
Yes, look.
She was like, look.
Yeah. Well, we had an episode. I forget the episode number, but I'll put in the show notes or whatever. And we talked about doing extra things to your apparel to help you to stand out.
Right.
And in doing that extra, you had to do what? Upcharge. You had to take your price up a little bit
Mhm.
because you wanted people to be able, as they say, when they pop your tag,
Yeah.
your name was in the tag.
Yeah.
So we tried those things, putting the emblem or the logo in your neck, um, putting designs on sleeves, adding hemmed um labels
Mhm.
and other things, around
Right.
added to your design. You
Right.
wanted your aesthetic to look aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
And you looked at somewhat out, well, like we say, we didn't see in people as competition, but we looked at who all else in business. We were like, well, so and so got that, and so and so doing that. Let's grab a little bit, we gotta grab a little bit from there.
Mhm.
And we ended up implementing those things.
Yeah, we did.
But in implementing those things over time, I've come back and looked, and I've just said, now that we're no longer in the apparel business, maybe I jumped the gun. And this won't be the first time I've admitted I jumped the gun to things that we did in the apparel business. It's just easier now when they say hindsight is that
Hindsight.
2020.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And now that I look back and I was like, now that we're not just focusing on the apparel, and now you're no longer doing those things, you can now just when you buy the other garments now, you're like, well, damn,
Yeah.
how
But I
could
don't but this is the thing. When you're in the midst of jumping, it doesn't feel like you're jumping the gun. Think when we start to say hindsight is 2020, you're taking a reflective perspective, right?
right.
So it makes you think either you missed the mark and or you jumped the gun. Either way, the connotation is always negative.
Yeah.
So I
It
don't think it should be spun like that.
I don't want it to sound negative.
No, you tried something. We tried
Yeah.
something.
I want it to sound reflective, like you said. I want it to
Yeah.
sound like we tried it, not saying it failed,
No.
But when you look back at it, you cannot understand is that people on the average basis that when they're purchasing a garment, they ain't looking for looks.
And so that comes with being able to do, and we do this a lot in my world, uh, kind of like a year over year
Mhm.
comparison.
Yep.
So it doesn't mean anything negative. It just means at this exact same point in time, you know, last year or 2 years ago, what was the consumer's expectation or perspective then? It's not the same.
It was look.
It was looks then. It's not the same now. You know what's changed in between then and now?
Don't tell them it's Parker. Light them up. God,
Other th
it's a litany of things.
other than the whole political hierarchy, it's the dollar.
Yes. It doesn't go much.
It's changed.
No.
Then versus now, it's like the damn now and later. Okay?
Child, them now later. Ah,
It was bigger then, it's littler now. Is that a word? It's littler now.
yeah, we discussed. As you can go buy and purchase
Oh,
edible products, we'll say food.
yeah. Perishables.
Perishable, but them products then got slimmer.
They high, littler.
What we say, the price has gone up, the products are smaller, and
Yeah.
the calorie content is still the same.
I ain't figured
So
that
the,
out.
the math ain't math.
That's hold on, I ain't gonna tell you one of my
I got you. I got you.
chocolatey weaknesses.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got you.
but that candy bar, um,
It's littler.
it's littler at what 260 versus 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. It was biggerer
260.
at 260. So when were you lying? Were you
Mhm.
lying then, or are you lying now? Because I promise you, by you making it littler, you didn't make the ingredients more love
Nope.
to keep the caloric intake the same.
No, they
Hell no, somebody
like I said,
lying.
they take ingredients out.
They giving you half the amount of peanuts, okay?
So that should take my calories
It
down.
should take my calories down. At least my cholesterol down.
But even as we were talking
We
about,
digress.
the 2 years ago, it was luxury
Huh.
and refinement and premiumization.
It worked then. It really doesn't work now because now you're trying to stretch your dollar more. So hindsight now, you're like, even though it worked then, was it worth it then?
Mhm. It was worth it then, but now when I look back and I'm like, we couldn't do it now.
No.
But then
Mm,
also,
no, no.
we still got to tell people the longer that wheel spins when they're making garments, the cheaper you can sell your product.
Right.
At no point in time ever could we sell a $5 t-shirt.
No. But as long as they selling gas for $5 a gallon, I ain't never gonna be able to sell a $5 t-shirt. Like, right? Because as they pass along those increases to the consumer, it means the consumer has a decrease amount to pass along to you. So
Yep. And what I've understood is as long as that chest plate, which is the biggest part of your garment that you can put a design on,
mhm.
as long as that chest plate says what the consumer wants it to say, they don't give a damn about nothing
Not
else.
really.
Not right now.
Not
No, they
really.
can't.
Mm-mm.
As long as people, because that's the first place people look. They're
Right.
cinemags. And whatever you're selling, if it's grabbing their attention,
Yeah. And don't let it be at a decreased cost.
yeah,
I'm getting 2 colors for the same price. At one point, you were paying for 1 shirt, right? Or 1 item. Doesn't have to be a shirt.
yeah. I was looking for Miss Parker a anniversary gift. I'm not gonna buy that gift, but I'm gonna talk about it out loud.
Well, dang.
I was looking for a purse, and
Ooh.
she know I always buy her.
And I've been wanting a new purse
But
with some color.
yeah, but the purse that I was the company that I was looking at was running this sale. This is a sale, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not gonna say the company either
Mm.
because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm negative. It was buy one get one free,
Huh.
and it was 170.
What the fuck? So I'm averaging 85 per purse?
So now you catch my drift.
Shit. You watch the profanity. 85 per purse? I just need 1. I can only afford 1. I don't need the second one for free because technically at 170, I can afford this one.
So you see what I'm
What you
saying?
got for 50?
Nothing. And that's
Okay.
why I kept scrolling through and I was really trying to
Yeah.
support it. It's a black owned business, and I ain't gonna say the name because I don't want nobody thinking I'm bashing them or nothing. But I was like, I just need to get this one thing for her
I
right
just
now.
need one. I don't need to.
Yeah. I mean, she always could use two,
Always could.
but I don't want two of the same type
I don't.
right now.
I really don't like that.
And I'm just not gonna
I need
put
to
it.
up my game a little bit more
And
before I have multiple colorways.
I'm gonna throw a little shade. I'm just not gonna put it in Chanel.
I'm just,
I've been doing that. I've
yeah,
done that over time. I'm trying to,
yes,
put
two
it.
decades plus.
I'm trying to put it in the black owns. Blackity
Yeah.
blickety black.
Almost 2.5 decades.
Hey, listen, one thing she
Oh,
could
it's about to be 2.5 decades.
listen. Don't let my wife ever fool y'all. She never got a whack gift from me.
No, I haven't. The gifts have always been wonderful. They
I'm,
were always
I
wonderful.
might have fell asleep at her college graduation with a master's, but the purse was still delivered.
That my grandma
My,
talked about.
hey, listen, Big Mama knew what kind of night I had.
Love her.
She knew I was kicking it,
Love her.
but I still showed up.
With a gift in tow, okay? Gift in tow. You never
It wasn't
came
cheap.
empty-handed.
It wasn't cheap. Told my credit card.
Look,
Told my credit
let me
card up.
I'm gonna put them into one of our business. Let me go
Yeah,
back.
don't this. There ain't nothing they concern.
Let me go back. Yeah.
But
No.
and it was premium. It was premium. It was
Premiumize.
premium. I ain't never bought her nothing less than premium. Let's keep it a buck.
That's true.
From a purses to a rings to the house to the cars.
That's true.
So I mean,
That's true.
understand premiumization. Women are expensive.
Well, now the girls take your premium.
Hey, jeez. Listen, I am tired
I
of
think
it.
I'm put on the back burner now. It's all them.
Don't let her lie to you. Don't let her.
It's all
She's not on
them.
the back burner. She's still expensive as hell too. Shit.
No, but like even with the whole purse situation, I would love to, but I don't really need you paying 170. I'm
Yeah.
not in a 170 kind of need, right?
No, because my bills say, "N- nigga, you in a negative." Like you need to not be buying shit.
What you say you actually negative 171?
My bills say that we need to not be buying not a motherfucking thing, but we
Negative
try to keep it above.
171, yeah.
Anniversary and Mother's Day and all that don't come around but once a year.
That's true. But no, the whole concept of premiumization, I don't think I don't think it was, like
You
in
can't get it back in.
yeah, oh, it's fine. I don't think it's like it was done in hope mode, like a grab type scheme. I don't think it was that. I think at the moment, for that moment in time, I think it worked. I think it was flowing with everything piggybacking off of the pandemics. People, I'm trying to be my own boss. I'm trying
Ooh,
to
child.
e-commerce everybody to death. For those that started pre-pandemic but had to lunch, during the pandemic, and for those that even thought about uh creation or implementation during the pandemic, because
Yes.
it was accusatory fingers going everywhere.
4.4 million jobs,
Yeah,
small businesses were started the first year within the pandemic happened.
right,
So,
right.
a lot of people had an idea
A lot of people had an idea.
and also had enough money because
Yes.
this thing, you can't launch a business for free.
No, you can't.
You at least had enough money to put your idea out there.
Or even if it wasn't like liquid cash, you had enough space on your credit card where you had a plan in your head.
You roll the dice.
Yeah, you rolled the dice and you said, I'm gonna make enough to pay this back. Right? That's what
Yeah.
that's what you did. That's fine. That's fair. That's honestly called entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna kick this can and see what happens.
Us.
But I don't think it was done to try to I don't think it was done in a spirit of upselling
Hmm.
or targeting. I don't think that. I think as a culture, we like to feel shiny, glamorized, special, unique, different, one of a kind. And when you start slapping premiumization looks on products, then people think, oh, this is good. Really it's the same cotton.
Man, it's crazy. I'm gonna go way, way back.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go back to Django.
Uh-oh.
Y'all remember the movie Django?
Unchained.
What was the first thing that the other slaves saw when they saw Jamie Foxx run in. He on a
Ah,
horse. That
that's
was
special.
that was did you see his outfit?
Uh,
That's premiumization
that
right
shit,
there.
it
He
made
was
no
up there.
sense when he came.
He was up there.
Jangalang.
So you get it from the from
It gives you a sense of superiority.
that is what I've been looking. That's the word. That
Yeah.
is the word I've been looking for this whole
Mhm.
15 and a half minutes.
Oh, okay.
Premiumization has always equated to superiority. Miss Parker
Superiority. Yeah.
is the hammer that hit the nail.
And sometimes I'm the nail.
Yeah,
I'm both.
yeah.
I'm
Because
that good. No, I'm just,
because sometimes you hit and sometimes life hits us. So I
this
mean,
is true.
that's how
This
you
is
the
true.
nail
This is
sometimes.
true.
And yes, she just said it. Premiumization equates to superiority.
Mhm.
This is how the Europeans have kept us down.
Oh, so, but this is the thing. They don't, well,
Yes, they do. They do
Europeans.
breed superiority. The
Are
labels,
you, and
the
that's where I'm about
labels,
to go.
the
I'm like, so
labels.
we tout premiumization and looks. They tout couture.
That's superiority.
Yeah, couture.
Yes. You are Louis.
I, that's the name of a brand. Couture is the fact that it's,
And I just
you
named
know
the
what, cause,
brand.
okay,
Yeah, and I just
okay,
named the
okay,
brand,
got
but I just,
you. One of a kind,
yeah,
singular.
it breeds superiority.
I can do this, I can afford this, and you can't.
Yes. If you can buy my $20,000 purse
Yeah,
and
I
you
don't,
ain't got nothing but an empty wallet and credit cards in there, you are doing yourself a
a
disservice.
disservice.
And I'm
Yeah,
going to say this, and I am going to mean this with all my heart. I wish we would stop.
I
Black
do
culture,
too.
I wish we would stop.
I do too.
I really wish we
I
would
do
stop.
too. Maybe if we took some of that $20,000 price tag and put it towards that one black business that's trying to sell buy one get one free at 170, maybe they could come down off their
Uh-uh.
purses.
I'm going to go even further.
Prices.
I am sick of watching shows that have, and this is going to be a little controversial if you still listening at 17 minutes and 30 seconds. I am sick of watching black women wear European designers and then on the show that's run by white people, turn around and say, I got a small black business.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of oxymoron-ish.
And I'll tell y'all why they have targeted black women. Y'all run our hemisphere. When I say hemisphere, I'm talking about the black culture. Black women run black culture.
Mhm,
A lot of people don't realize that, but y'all do.
mhm.
That's why they attack y'all. That's why they put y'all on pedestals. That's why they put y'all in these shows. That's why immunization is plastered across the chest plate of black women. And I'm gonna get even further with you. It's plastered across your ass too.
'Cause it looks good
Well,
and it sells.
uh-uh. I meant plastered in a different way. Doctor,
I caught what you were
yeah,
saying.
it's plastered across your ass in a different way.
I caught
They
it.
use you to upsell premiumization.
Body parts.
And I'm gonna go into a little different skit to you right now. Uh, people get mad when people want to look like us, they talk like us, but then they want to just get into a situation that, but why we can't be them and make fun of them? Premiumization. You know why I'm gonna say that? Because we've always been good where we,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like we've always been good what we do. But sometimes people will say, well, if they can do it, why can't we?
Mhm.
But the issue is they've already done it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is how premiumization rolls. People think that, oh well, they are making money now. Let's go get them. Let me
Right.
go,
Right.
let me go
Coach.
absorb
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We've had how many black designers and black businesses, and what do? They just go grab us.
Yeah.
And they
They
say,
do.
oh, y'all take it from us. Let's just give you a bunch of money and buy you out.
And buy you out, hush you out. Hush you up. Yeah.
Yeah, they take away the competition.
Mhm.
we have seen this, I don't know how many times. I mean, it's 2026, and hell, we can go back to what, early 1900s.
Yeah.
If you start looking at when we were doing something good enough to interfere with their way, they said, "Hey, come join us, or we'll just buy you out here."
Yeah. I mean, that's just like even Jackie O, right? Everybody knows Jackie O Onassis Kennedy is Jackie O, right?
Well, some people may know Jackie O as a rapper from Florida.
Okay, well, let's go back to
I'm just
the
saying.
political side, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Jackie O political side.
Jacqueline Kennedy
Yeah. Yeah,
Onassis.
yeah, yeah. So one of her like main designers was a black lady. I think her name was Ann Lowe.
Yeah, Trapasha.
Yeah, did.
On what they say on T.
Yeah, yeah,
Ain't
yeah,
that what the kids say now? Is
yeah.
this the T symbol?
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
My kids tell
I don't.
T.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could never give her the pub or the credit because she was black.
And that political climate was still in the early
And
1960s.
let's keep it a buck. When we reference classical styles, when we reference first ladies and their styles and the way females dress in the workplace, the biggest comparator that's used is Jackie O.
She didn't dress herself.
She had a black female designer. We use her. Oh,
Ain't,
you going to your
ain't
mama
some of
going
her,
to church? She shop. She looking like Jackie O. Got her Jackie O suit on. That's that A-line cut suit.
but isn't some of her outfits like in the Library of
Yeah, it
Congress and
is.
so this is the thing. America with the three Ks in year 250 can still put up outfits that the white lady, first lady wore, but the black lady designed.
Hmm.
But they will not mention the woman that designed it. They only mention the one that wore it.
Right. But see now, full transparent moment here. I don't know that those that are displayed are designed by her.
But we know,
But we know she was the creator of
yes,
Jackie O's style.
yes,
And when a lot of people reference, that's that Jackie O look.
yeah.
That's that Jackie O suit. That's that clean, that suit that's edged, is A-line. It's hugging what it's supposed to hug. It's not moving. It's stiff, but you look wonderful. That's Ann Lowe, not Jackie O.
And that goes back to what I said. Black women run the premiumization
Mhm,
of our
mhm,
culture.
mhm,
And that's why they know who to attack
mhm.
or who to discredit
Yeah,
or who not to let get to a certain level.
right, right,
I mean, listen, well, we say do your research.
right. Do your
You ain't
research.
got to take a word for it. Just go back and look.
She
People,
was like the hidden figures of
I mean, listen, look how long it took for them to acknowledge that.
like the hidden figures of textile, right? And
Yeah,
fabrics.
listen, we got hidden figures right now. Didn't a black man just go into space
He
He
did.
was the furthest
He
Negro from the planet
he
ever, and he made it back.
he came back in one piece. He came back alive.
I mean, shit, we ain't lying.
Right.
We ain't lying. We tell y'all the truth.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent about
Ah,
premiumization, but I think we gave some really, really good real world examples.
man, all the time. Miss Parker, I really appreciate you.
Hmm.
We have just we keep chugging along. I think this is episode 199. Damn, 200 coming up.
Yeah.
What we gonna do for the
I
200, Miss
don't know,
Parker?
child. I don't know. Do some. I might sing. No, not.
Oh, you heard it here. Miss Parker gonna sing on next time. Hey, we'll catch y'all next time.